Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you a video on the strongest weapon in the game, the Vernal Invader. So today's video discusses the strongest weapon currently in Monster Hunter now. And for those of you that have the means to use this weapon, it is your best friend. If you don't have it, you likely envy the ones that do or call for a nerf to it, because you don't have access to it. And the consensus for some is this means the game is in easy mode if you use it. So let's just jump right into it. What is the best weapon? If you took a lucky guess, the best weapon is the Black Diablo's Bow. This video will analyze if the Black Diablo's Bow still lives up to its name in the Vernal Invader. And we will also take a look at supportive evidence of why the Black Diablo's Bow does and does not put the game on easy mode for whoever does and whoever doesn't use it. So first, let's take a look at why is the Black Diablo's Bow so good. Well, it's the only bow so far that gives a level 4 damage type at charge level 3, which means it only takes 2 blinks for maximum damage. When you use the bow, you tap and hold for charged shots. This allows you to only have 2 blinks to do level 4, while most other bows take 3 blinks for level 4. So firing at full power in only a second of the third of the charging time equals more DPS, so more damage per second, and faster positioning with charge sidesteps. With charge sidesteps, you can swipe left or right, down or up, so that you can do a sidestep while you're charging your bow. Although it carries negative affinity, negative 30% affinity to be exact, the points above make it well worth building. Along with that, here's supporting data of why Black Diablo's Bow is the strongest. For this, we'll be using the MHN.Quest Compare tool. Thank you so much, Sammy, by the way, for this wonderful website, and especially this assessment tool, so that we can assess the best builds for every weapon, no matter what type it is, and no matter what weapon type it is. We'll compare the top 3 builds' practical damage assessment versus multiple other monster and weapon types. Notice, no matter what combination I use, the Black Diablo's Bow's top 3 overtakes all but Devil Joe with elemental weakness into consideration. Of course, if you have elemental weakness, that means it applies your elemental weakness damage. If it doesn't, then, as you see right here in the window assessment, nothing happens. It goes down because all you're applying is raw. So, what I did here is I applied the Black Diablo's Bow to multiple different, not just Black Diablo's weapon types, but also other weapon types, like regular Diablos. And if you look at no matter what combination I put together, as you see, Black Diablos, again, for most scenarios with the exception of Devil Joe, just reign supreme. It's just kind of nuts at just how one weapon alone, for one particular weapon type or monster, even though it is a subspecies, just absolutely trucks everything. Here's an assessment against Kulu, because I've had someone like, Kulu Yaku with 100% is so good. No, it's not. 100% crit, and despite that, the best build still does 1200 damage less than the best Black Diablos build, or even 1,000 less on average for the second and third builds. It's just absolutely nuts at how Black Diablo's Bow is just so dang good. With that being said, does the Black Diablo's Bow turn Monster Hunter now into easy mode? There are certainly arguments for both sides that the Black Diablo's Bow makes the game easier, but also does not. We'll analyze both points to make a fair assessment for both sides, so I'll not just go heavy on one side just because of, hey, I built it and I use it a lot, but we're going to look at the other side as well. But we're going to just look at the observable amount of evidence. What points are there, and what's the supporting assessments for, like, for and against. However, it's definitely hard to argue that the Black Diablo's Bow is the strongest raw weapon in the game, and it's really dang good. Alright, first we're going to start off with the argument for Black Diablo's Bow makes the game easy mode. You essentially only have to build this one weapon to defeat most post-game monsters. Wait, what? Yep. A grade 10 Sarah Coilbender can solo 8-star Zinogre and take down most 9-star monsters. That's just how dang powerful the Black Diablo's Bow or the Sarah Coilbender is. Charge sidesteps are also faster versus other bows and makes it easier to dodge monster attacks. You could do a max amount of damage with only 2 blinks versus the 3 blinks, and you could dodge much easier and much faster using charge sidesteps. And you don't need to build elemental weapons if you have/use this weapon. This will be the one-stop shop, the Turbo Man. If you watch that movie, We Could Be Friends, this is your Turbo Man. This is the one toy you've always wanted. And you know what? There's a million people out there that want it, but they're really hard to find. because you have to do a lot to actually build it. More on that point later. But yes, this is the one thing, the Hail Mary, the cream of the crop, the holy grail. You have this, forget everything else, this is your baby. And now here's our arguments against Black Diablo's bow makes the game easy mode. So this is against that. This game does not put the game in easy mode because Black Diablo's bow is a subspecies monster weapon. So you have to play during certain times to have the best chance to encounter Black Diablos. It's only boosted during event windows. Outside of that, good luck finding them out in the wild or in hats even if you complete the urgent quest. You also have to take into account being a solo/group player and not playing in popular communities, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, to name a few, etc. Black Diablos is one of the hardest monsters and subspecies in the game. I've had a lot of people in Discord, a lot of people complain in the comments in my community, say that is really hard and she's ridiculously stupid to kill. And it's factual. Yes, she is very difficult, very hard, and she is a pain in the booty to kill. And the amount of Black Diablos you must slay is in the hundreds. We're actually going to take a look exactly how much you have to kill, or an approximate amount of how much you have to kill if you actually want to build this weapon in the first place and take full advantage of its benefits. Alright, now to make your eyes bleed, this is the approximate Black Diablos you must slay to upgrade the Sarah Coilbender. To make this easy, I'm just going to go from grade 8, 9, and 10, and then all the way up to grade 10, 5 out of 5. So, to get a fresh Coilbender into grade 8, 1 out of 5, you need to slay approximately 154 7-star Black Diablos. Next, at grade 9, 1 out of 5, you need to slay 210 7-star Black Diablos. And for the cream of the crop, not the 7 Dragon Balls, but the 10 out of 10, just for grade 10, 1 out of 5, you need to slay 326 7-star Black Diablos. And if you want the Big Kahuna, the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, Kaioken times 69,000, you need to slay approximately 498 7-star Black Diablos. In other words, you nearly have to have the Silver Black Diablos medal, which is 500 Black Diablos slain, to get a grade 10, 5 out of 5 Sarah Coilbender. And to make things worse, here's an important note. This estimation does not include obtaining Wyvern Gem Shards and Zenny. To summarize it all up, it's obscenely difficult to even build Black Diablo's bow to a certain level. Personally, it took me 320 plus kills, doubling my drops, to have enough Black Diablos materials for a grade 10, 5 out of 5 Sarah Coilbender. So if you do the math, 320 times 300 equals 96,000 gems, which is about $600 worth of gems. My experience was also done as a solo player with a combination of walking, running, and driving in 2 different countries. So not only can I provide an actual professional opinion on this thing, I actually did it. And yeah, it's actually really freaking hard to get it. Yeah, you'll reap the rewards, but you want to make this thing, you're gonna have to do a whole lot of work, especially since Monster Hunter now is an augmented reality game, and you can't just sit on the couch like the main series games and grind it out. And this leaves us with the question of, who wins, for or against the Black Diablo's bow? Honestly, both have good arguments, however, the against easy mode clearly has a better argument. The thing is, if you put the work to obtain the most powerful weapon in the game, you should be rewarded. This is the same for the Monster Hunter main series, where endgame weapons take a lot of time to grind. The only difference is in Monster Hunter now, it's 1,000 times more difficult, because you have to go outside. And you have to play during specific event times and go obscenely hard. So yeah, in addition, even Black Diablo's bow can't clear 10 stars story on its own, so you can't clear the 10-star story with Black Diablo's bow, so if you could, yeah, you might want to take this thing down a notch, but honestly, it's perfectly fine, especially like I mentioned, with the fact that it takes so much work to even be able to use this thing to begin with. And to make matters worse, the Vernal Invaders Odo Garrett and Devil Joe, the new monsters from the March Major update, are difficult to take down with ranged weapons. That's because they're in your face all the time and they don't seem to want to go away. Now don't worry, Black Diablo's bow won't reign supreme forever. There should be more weapons in the future that can match or surpass the Black Diablo's bow, especially with Elder Dragons coming pretty soon, probably, hopefully, likely next month. We'll see Kushala enter the world, and those weapons should be the strongest in the game. At least until decorations come out, which is decorations can also help with the power gap between weapons once they release. So, with the Black Diablo bow, as powerful as it is, decorations can make and help every weapon type and weapon become really powerful. So, can't wait till that releases too. But, of course, there's a lot of things in the horizon. Let's just keep hoping. Niantic has done /Capcom. I like to give the credit mostly to Capcom because Capcom is amazing and they're probably the reason why this game is so much better than the other one as far as updating and staying consistent, as well as listening to player feedback. With that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your grinds. Hopefully y'all are getting everything you want out of the Vernal Invader, and I will see y'all on the next video.